whatever neuronal activity is going inside this brain, either emotional neuronal activity or intellectual neuronal activity, everything that is going inside this brain is based upon the data that you have perceived through these sense organs. Whatever you dream in the night while you are sleeping, or whatever you think at any point period of time, how do you feel, how do you react in a situation, or how do you respond in a situation, whatever the neuronal activity inside this brain ultimately is based upon some part on genetics and some part on the environment you live in, because those inputs go inside the brain and the output is based on that, right? So any emotional feeling, any kind of, any sort of, right, it has less influence on the outside. Whatever emotional expression you want to show to other person, right, that person may not perceive the same extent of emotional expression that you are feeling inside your head. You might be feeling more intense emotion, right, but that person, even if you express that, that person may not feel that to that extent, right, because that is modified by their understanding level, right, because emotion is regulated by intellect. How much intellect that second person has, that will modulate the perception of emotional expression. So let's assume I am showing anger feeling towards second person. I am very angry, right? The second person may remain just calm. He may not have any influence, right? He may not truly feel that anger. Why? Because the second person has highly developed intellect, right? So he may think that he is expressing some anger. So why do I need to accept his anger, right? What is the reason? It is inside their brain, inside their body going on those activities. So what is that has in relation to me? I don't, whatever I feel, it must be according to me. Why I should get influenced by surrounding? Definitely there is some influence, but it is not that the second person does not feel totally uninfluenced, but the level of influence is definitely modulated. Okay, that's why you see different types of response, reactions in different persons in the same setting, in the same circumstance. So this is influenced by their intellectual activity, how much their frontal lobe is matured, right? I don't even call matured, I will call that how much those neurons are trained, right? Those frontal neurons are trained in that circumstance, right? But whatever the feelings you are experiencing, that is influencing your body, psychology, right? So I think you should intellectualize, right, the emotional expressions, the emotional feelings. If you intellectualize, if you start observing it, what kind of feeling is this? Is this anger feeling? This is love feeling? This is sad feeling? This is depressive feeling, right? So this is just a state of that part of the brain is releasing some neurotransmitter at this moment, and this is influencing the whole brain activity, right? And even not the brain, it influences whole body. When brain is influenced, it influences body. When body is influenced, it influences brain. So there is bidirectional link, right? Because these neurons control whole body. Whatever this cerebral parenchyma is, these are bundles of neurons, right? Billions of neurons are stacked on top of each other. So these neurons are controlling body, right? So when these neurons, there is some disturbance in electrical activity, right? It will definitely influence body, right? So this is called developing emotional intelligence. They call it developing emotional intelligence. So what do you mean by that is that you intellectualize emotion.